Hello, good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. The Week in Review is an ABS television program that highlights the major events that make the headlines and went down during the week. And in case you missed the high points of the week, not to worry, we got you covered, like my jacket over my shirt. Sit back and relax as we serve them again to you as fresh as they were originally served. My name is Kamsi Ejiofor. We'll begin with Sunday after this break. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to the Week in Review. On Sunday, Catholic fathers took the center stage in the events of last Sunday as they celebrated their patron feast day, St. Joseph the Walker. The day which they used as Father's Sunday was to remind them of their roles in the family and nation building. In all the churches visited by the ABS, fathers took the center stage of the Mass, starting from reading with special feather songs. In conducting the Mass, they were also seen in their uniforms as they thank God for His mercies upon their lives. Let's take a look at that report by Amaka Chibuzo Okoye after this. But also on Sunday as well, we read that the officers and men of the Anambra State Fire Service OCA joined the counterparts across the globe to mark the 2019 International Firefighters Day. I call that IFFD, International Firefighters Day, observed on May 4th each year. It's a time when the world's community can recognize and honor the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that their communities and environments are safe. Daniel Ezigwe reported that to our news desk.
The church is visited. Fathers took the center stage of the Mass, starting from the readings, serving in the Mass, and as church wardens with special Father's song in conducting the Mass. They were also seen in their uniforms, thanking God for His mercies upon their lives. In our homily, the parish priest of St. Mary's Catholic Church, Ifitedunu, Reverend Father Venatus Obuagun, said that fathers are the shepherds in their families. Therefore, they must love God, put Him first in all they do, and take care of their flocks accordingly. A priest in residence at St. Joseph the Walker Chaplaincy, Unizik Permanent Site, Oka, Reverend Father Bonabi Jude in Yabasi, said that fatherhood is a vocation which calls for nurturing, taking charge and authority, as they are the seen Christ in their different homes, whom the family look upon for shelter. In their various goodwill messages, the Secretary to the Anambra State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, the Vice Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Professor Joseph Ahaneku, and the Chairman, Catholic Men Organization, St. Joseph the Walker Chaplaincy, Unizik, Oka, Professor Dennis Haribodo, encouraged fathers to emulate the qualities and life of St. Joseph to take care of their families.
I think my advice is to take the cue from the sermon today for us to do a kind of reality check from time to time.
In all our dispositions, in the offices we occupy, we are supposed to really be fatherly in our disposition. So we are praying God, asking God to keep blessing our fathers.
That will not stop them from carrying out their primary duty, which is providing for everybody.
Meanwhile, in other churches, normal church services held at St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Ifitedunu, the vicar, Reverend Canon Charles Chukura, challenged the church to ensure the work of mission is promoted for more evangelism and soul winning. While at Jesus Everlasting Evangelical Ministry Incorporated, Oka, the priest, Reverend Pastor Israel Madubeze, charged Christians to flow in the supernatural and worship God wholeheartedly. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
That was a sound off, a short parade that defines a special time to stop and reflect on the sacrifices made by firefighters, held on the first Sunday of May at noon local time each year, when fire sirens sound for 30 seconds, followed by a minute silence in memory of and respect for all firefighters who have been lost in the line of duty or passed on before us. International Firefighters Day, IFFD, observed on May 4th each year, according to the organizers' publication, is a time when the world's community can recognize and honor the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that communities and environments are as safe as possible. The profundity of the International Firefighters Day is well reflected on a note by Lieutenant J.J. Edmondson, the founder of the day, who noted that in the fire service, all fight together against one common enemy. Since the day was instituted after a proposal was emailed out across the world on January 4th, 1999, due to the deaths of 5 firefighters in tragic circumstances in wildfire at Linton in Victoria, Australia. The day has been held across the world for 20 years on May 4th, also known in some countries as St. Florian's Day, the patron saint of firefighters globally. Speaking to the men and officers of the service in Oka, the Director and Chief Fire Officer, Anambra State Fire Service, Engineer Martin Abeli, reminded them that their duties demand endurance, commitment, and sacrifice, and urged them to take comfort in the fact that they stand in the core of humanitarianism in the world.
We are today remembering the dedication, the commitment, and the passion of which you and every one of us discharge this duty called firefighting.
Those who were honored at the event included Mr. Ishmael Orasoro, a one-time director of the Anambra State Fire Service, Let Maxwell Afujuo, who lost his life in December 2015 when a building collapsed on him during a rescue mission at Ochanja Market, Onitsha. His partner on the day, Sunday Obiora, who sustained broken leg and lungs, and Chukwuma Okonkwo, who sustained fire burns while trying to fight tanker fire at Agoka. The honored firefighters say they owe their bravery to spiritual service and extended special praise to Governor Willie Obiano for reaching out to them.
This time around, in short, I think the glory will go on to the governor, the Anambra State, Willie Obiano.
Silverman or Chanja, so good that one of my colleagues dies, and I'm the only one survive here. I can chineke be capable, no Yamazuri Fenine. You see, so now on in fire service today, overall somebody is having no God wish.
As in the end of Mundo, your work, even Boca, your bona is only one whooped them more when I now.
Anambra State Broadcasting Service (ABS) was also honored by the service for its valuable media support and partnership. The theme for this year's International Firefighters Day is "Geared Up for Fire: The Role of Firefighters in Today's Society." In Oka, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Amaka Chibuzokoye for those wonderful reports. Over to another day of the week, which is the first working day of the week, Monday. Monday began with an affirmation by the Minister of Communication, Dr. Abdulrahim Adebayo Shitu, that the federal government is committed to ensuring that the ICT sector realizes its full potential as a viable alternative to the diversification of economy. Dr. Shitu is speaking during the second phase sensitization workshop on National ICT Roadmap for the Southeast region, held right here in Oka. Correspondent Chibuzo Okoye filed in the story.
The sensitization workshop has its theme as the role of the private sector in the implementation of the Nigerian ICT roadmap. Delivering his keynote address, the minister explained that without effective involvement of the private sector in the implementation of the roadmap 2017 to 2020, its efficacy as a tool for harnessing the potentials of the sector will end up in mixed results, as efficiency, expertise, and speed can go a long way in complementing efforts in the development process. Dr. Chitu maintained that the sensitization program has been deliberately planned by the ministry as part of its roadmap engagements in furtherance to its desire to broaden continuous consultations with stakeholders in the private sector. He added that Nigeria now boasts of 152 million active telephone lines, which are more subscribers than the United Kingdom, as well as 97 million connections to the internet, which places the country to have 107% teledensity.
Service providers and other stakeholders from 2001 till date is in excess of $42 billion.
Speaking on behalf of the Anambra State Government, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochi Ulobelu, said that the workshop is timely and affirmed that the Willie Obiano administration is highly ICT compliant in its day-to-day activities and urged the federal government to revive the nation's energy sector, as ICT cannot thrive very well without adequate power supply.
The importance of ICT in the modern world cannot really be overemphasized. I think for some of us that spent quite a considerable period of our lives working overseas, coming home after 33 years to live and work in Nigeria has actually shocked me. It shocked me to see how far behind we are in everything.
The Anambra State Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Science and Innovation, Professor Teresa Nkechi-Obiekezie, in her address pointed out that in moving towards knowledge-driven society, there is increased recognition that technological advancements and innovations has enhanced the speed and intensity of globalization and liberation of all sectors of the economy. Goodwill messages came from the Nigerian Communications Commission and the NIPOST, among other relevant organizations, while the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Digital Entrepreneurship, Mr. Ifeanyi Aniago, equally attended the workshop. In Oka, it's been Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Also on Monday, the Anambra State government tasked community members on protecting government infrastructure in their communities. Governor Willie Obiano stated this during an unscheduled inspection of Obiago, Mbauku, Umawulu, Obu Road. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana takes it up from here.
Obiago Mbauku Mawulu Obu Road is a 2.6-kilometer road with a 25-meter span bridge connecting three major communities. On arrival, cutting and drainage work was ongoing on the road, which directly connects the permanent site of the NYSC camp, which has almost been completed. Governor Obiano, who asked communities across the state to take ownership of government infrastructures in their localities, warned against burning items on asphalted roads or dumping of refuse into drainage channels, noting that his physical presence on the site has made him appreciate its terrain the more. The governor pointed out that the present government is resolute in doing roads that connect communities, adding that his government will link other agrarian communities in the remaining years of his administration.
What we are doing in Anambra State, we would like to do roads that link communities, so this very road, 2.8, is linking three communities, Mbuku, Umawolo, Obu, and these are majorly agrarian communities. And more importantly, this road leads to the permanent site of the National Youth Service Corps members.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofo, had earlier disclosed that the soil on the terrain is loose, which explains the reason it took time to reach the present level, stressing that the contractor has been fully mobilized and added that the communities are giving them necessary support.
We have a 25-meter span of bridge, 25-meter length of bridge, which they are doing here. This bridge gave us a lot of wahala because the soil is too loose. At the time, we have to stop the work and invite laboratory testing, material testing lab to come and investigate. And now we're okay, the road is ongoing.
The contractor handling the project, Engineer Hygienus Okeke, explained that the plan is to carry out all projects together, assuring that the bridge will be completed in 2 months' time as the materials have been released.
The road construction is ongoing, then the trains simultaneously, then the bridge as well. The plan is to carry all the projects at the same time so I can meet up. You can see from there's a lot of cutting along the road, and we're really facing it according to the specifications.
The traditional ruler of Mbauku, Igwe Peter Anugu, the Anglican Bishop of Oka, Right Reverend Alexander Ibezim, as well as the President General of Mbauku Community, Chief Ozemena Onyiloka, thanked the governor for his investments in the community, describing it as governance at grassroots.
It was all applause for the Anambra State Police Command as the second principal suspect in the murder of Chief Frank Anthony Ibuka of Nemo, one NS Chinwo Okoye, alias IBB, was said to be cutting off his head in the custody of the Anambra State Police Command. NS Okoye, aged 34 years and hails from Obosi in Idemili North local government area of Anambra State, was arrested in his hideout at Old INEC Road, Oka. Let's join Ekwi Ajide, who brought us the story.
According to CP Dandaura, the 34-year-old suspect, who hails from Obosi in a Idemili North local government area, was initially concealed and later mentioned by the first suspect following a discreet investigation. The CP revealed that the suspect, upon interrogation, confessed to being among the gang members that shot and killed the late Chief Ibuka, adding that he is assisting the police with useful information that could lead to unveiling the circumstances surrounding the incident so as to arrest other fleeing accomplices. He commended Governor Willie Obiano for his assistance, attributing the overall success of the operation to the governor's doggedness in crime fighting. He also appreciated the citizenry and urged them to be security conscious at all times, even as he affirmed that community policing remains the ultimate solution to excellence. CP Dandaura assured Anambra that the command will not relent in its efforts to ensuring that Anambra remains the safest state in Nigeria.
Second suspect has been arrested. The suspect name is One Okoye NS Chinwe, aka IBB. He was arrested on the 3rd of this month following an intelligent information. He was traced to his hideout in Old INEC Road in Oka. That's where we got him. And immediately we got him, he confessed to be members of the group that actually shot and killed President General of Nemo.
Suspect Ernest Okoye regretted his involvement in the dastardly act. It will be recalled that last week Monday, the command paraded one of the kingpins, Chibo Anebu, who actively participated in the dastardly act and declared 3 others wanted in Oka. Ekwi Ajide, ABS News.
You're still on to the Week in Review right here on ABS TV. And it's been a very wonderful week. Like I said, we just ran through Sunday and Monday. And I'm sure that this week wasn't really a nice one for fans of the French team, Barcelona. I'm really sorry about that. But well, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. We'll go on a quick break right now, and when we get back, we'll be moving over to Tuesday.
I am ready for the party. Oh, yeah. I want all this smart. I go really early. Oh, I know your story. I go Yaba to buy material. I go time my daily. Yeah. I go not say I don't care. If you see my daily, it go on everybody. Daily. Let me get you to yellow. Let me try to yellow.
3G is great. 4G is better. Upgrade to a 4G device and SIM. SMS Get to 141 to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back to the Week in Review right here on ABS TV. And I am still Kemsi Ejiofor. And I thought we were moving over to Tuesday after the break. So on Tuesday, when business returned at the Anambra State Government House, as strong indications emerged that over 120 road projects still under construction across the state will be completed in no distant time. Governor Willie Obiano stated this while inspecting the ongoing 3.8-kilometer Ekwulummili Unubi Road project in the Nnewi South Local Government area. Equally on Tuesday, Governor Willie Obiano inspected the ongoing construction of the 9.5-kilometer Eziagulu Ivite Ezu River Road, Aguleri, cutting across many swamps and streams. On completion, the road will link Anambra East and West, as well as directly lead to Ayamelum and Nsukka in Enugu State. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana was our guide on the story as well.
Governor Obiano said that the road has strategic economic importance as it will aid easier evacuation of farm produce, especially for Costaris farms and other farmers in the area. The governor further reassured that his administration is deeply committed to opening up roads in the hinterland with economic value, especially in agrarian communities. He asked communities where government projects are being undertaken to give support to the contractors, adding that state government will continue to play her own role.
I'm happy that the contractor, Breco, is doing a great job here already. So that's a very, very important road. We'll give it attention and make sure that the contractor delivers this road by May next year, like he just promised.
In his speech, the Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofor, pointed out that the contract awarded in 2018 is moving on well, noting that apart from its economic importance, the road is a shortcut to Nsukka.
This is a 9.5-kilometer road. This road goes across farms and it joins communities. This road will equally join two local governments, Anambra East and Ayamelum local government.
Also speaking, the contractor said they will deliver about 5.5 kilometers of the project by December this year and will deliver the entire job by May next year. Speaking on behalf of the traditional ruler of Aguleri is a Dr. Michael Idigo, the Aguleri cabinet head, Chief Dominic Ndife, and the acting president general of the community, threw their weight behind the governor, promising to keep supporting him for all his good works in the state. The governor also inspected the construction of Odene Eziagolo to Otuocha Road with a spur to Igwe Idigo Road, as well as the construction of Umueze Ibuezunu Adani Road, all in Aguleri, in Anambra East Council area. From Aguleri, in Anambra East Council area, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The Board of Management Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, on Tuesday presented a commendation letter and cash award to one of her on-air personalities, Ms. Sandra Abba, for promoting excellence in service, especially in embracing the multiple digital platforms of the ABS in presentation of her programs. Also, Mr. Lambert Eze of the Commercial Service Department was presented a commendation letter and cash award of 30,000 naira as ABS Employee of the Month for April 2019. The ABS Employee of the Month reward is an in-house scheme that honors staff members who have done outstandingly well in the previous month. Daniel Ezigwe covered the event details.
Miss Abba, who goes by the stage name Blondie, hosts a variety of shows on the ABS radio and TV platforms and has been able to take advantage of the vast social media audience of the ABS in presentations, which has earned her programs wide social coverages and active audience participation. The ABS social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube boast of heavy followership and subscriptions running into over 6 million weekly, with the organization's Facebook page alone followed by more than 200,000 audience. Presenting the awards to Ms. Abba on behalf of the management, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the ABS, Chief Uche Nwora, said the growing digital audience of the organization means a steady growth in content delivery. He said Ms. Abba has, among other presenters, been able to distinguish herself by exploring the digital advantages with her program updates in time for audience reaction.
This is just a level of commendation to say that management appreciates your efforts. Because what she does is actually, she interacts with our online audience. Currently we have over 200,000 followers on our Facebook page. And it's growing at least by about 3,000 every day. And the posts we make on Facebook, which I think about 6 million people every week. So this is an interesting online audience that Blondie has really embraced. And then we are hoping that through this, some of our other staff and presenters will understand that, digital is the way to go.
The ABS Director of Programs, Mrs. Kate I.G. Okeke, urged the recipient not to rest on her oars, but see the honor as a motivation to work hard.
To be recognized in such a manner that you have been recognized today does not only say that you stood out amongst many, it also says there is a room for you to do more in other areas. So what it means is that to whom much is given, much is expected. So congratulations to that.
The responding recipient, Ms. Abba, thanked the management for the reward and assured that she will continue to put in her best for the growth of the ABS.
First of all, I need to say a very big thank you to the management of Anambra Broadcasting Service. I never saw this coming, but just like the MD and my director said, much is expected of me, so I'm not going to stop because I got a commendation letter. I'm just going to continue and try as much as possible to promote our brand because we need to go higher. Yes, we need to go higher.
The ABS Employee of the Month Reward is an in-house reward and motivational scheme that honors staff members for their hard work, dedication, passion, and creativity. Presenting the cash and certificate to the winner, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the ABS, Chief Uchenwora, said Mr. Eze has played a dedicated function by giving his best when it mattered the most.
This presentation is to Mr. Lambert Eze of the ABS Commercial Services Department. He's our Employee of the Month, and just to thank him and appreciate his hard work and efforts, and hoping that this will spur him on to do more. So on behalf of the management, we say congratulations to you. Congratulations. Yeah, so this is your certificate. So you hang it and hang it in your wall when you get home. And of course, it comes with a small token, just to appreciate your efforts.
The head of Commercial Services Department of the ABS, Mrs. Beatrice Akwanemye, said the reward was deserved as Mr. Eze has remained dogged in his roles as an employee of the organization.
Say congratulations to you, KC, and I'm so proud because honestly you put in your best. Most of the days you're here, morning, afternoon, night. Still, I should do more because more is expected from you for this recognition. Congratulations.
The recipient, Mr. Eze, appreciated the honor and pledged to continue delivering his best services to the ABS.
I want to thank the management MD for recognizing me as the best staff of the month. I never expected this. I thank you. I promise I will keep on moving forward.
Also at the recognition ceremony was a member of the ABS Board of Directors and the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor of Anambra State on Radio and Television Broadcast, Mr. Marcel Manafa, who said Mr. Eze has always brought his best to the table when he is needed. In Oka, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Gee ntị n'ọkwa dị oke mkpa.
Gọọmenti steeti Anambra amachiela na ụtụ na ego dị iche iche n'ime ahịa enwere na steeti a. Eji ohere eme ka o doo ọha na eze anya na gọọmenti steeti Anambra akagbuola ịnaka ego na ụtụ n'ụzọ ọbụla n'ime ahịa na okporo ụzọ niile ndị enwere na steeti a. Mmachi a ga-adịgide ire ruo n'abalị mbụ nke ọnwa June afọ abụ 2019. N'ime ọnwa atọ a amachiri ịnaka ụtụ na ego dị iche iche, gọọmenti na ndị otu ndị ahịa ga-akparịta ụbụbọ wee kwekọrịta ụzọ ka mma dị ire a ga-eji anaka ụtụ ndị a n'ime ahịa. A na-echetakwara ọha na eze na ọ ka dịkwa ire bụ mmachi ahụ amachiri ire akwụkwọ a na-amado n'ụgbọala bụ emblem. Onye ọbụla ejidere ebe ọ na-emebi iwu abụọ ndị a ka a ga-anwụchi ma kpee ya ikpe. A na-akpọkwuzi otu ahịa dị iche iche na ndị isi ha, ndị mgbere ahịa, ndị ọrụ nchekwa na ọha obodo ka ha gbado anya ka ozi a siri dị mkpa. Onye wetara ozi a bụ Maazị C. Don Adịnụba, bụ kọmishọna na-ahụ maka mgbasa ozi na nduzi uche ọha na eze.
And welcome back to the Weekend Review right here on ABS TV. I am Kamsi Ejiofor, and we're still reviewing the days of the week and those very wonderful information that broke out within the week. So sailing over to the midweek, which was Wednesday. Wednesday began with a chunk of hope as the state government promised to modernize the workings of Anambra newspapers and printing corporation publishers of the nation-like newspaper. Governor Willie Obiano made the promise during a walk-in visit to the establishment's head office in Awka. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana filed in the reports. And also on the same day, the Anambra state government said it was spending the sum of 6 billion naira in the construction of Oroma, Umudora, Umuiku, Ono Road, with spur to Umwezeanam in Anambra West Council area. Governor Willie Obiano stated this during an unscheduled visit to the site. Again, Government House correspondent Ejike Abana brought the report to our news desk.
On arrival, the governor took a tour of facilities in the establishment, including the newsroom, ICT center, and commercial unit, among other places. Speaking shortly after the tour, Governor Obiano said the visit has helped him appreciate the needs of the establishment with a view to appraising and addressing the issues. The governor commended the staff and encouraged them to show increased hard work, promising that Anambra state government will look into the areas of concern mentioned by the management.
The operating machine that's about 40 years old. I want to thank all of you for the support and for being dedicated to your duties in accordance with the ethics of the civil service. And I want to encourage you to continue to do so. We cannot afford to carry families. If you are not working, we will, of course, let you go. I think the guys that are willing to work.
Responding, the editor-in-chief and managing director of the establishment, Sir Chuka Nnabuife, commended the governor for his commitment to revitalizing the establishment, noting that they have been able to win awards since the governor came on board, but requested him to upgrade their facilities so that they can be at par with their counterparts.
Since March, this newspaper has won 3 awards, and we will continue to get more. Over the weekend, Automedics gave us the commission to translate our Igbo newspaper, to translate their manual for manufacturing in Nigeria. To me, that is a big, into Igbo. To me, that is a big accolade.
The governor was accompanied on the visit by the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidon Adenuba, while members of staff, senior government functionaries, and staff of the establishment, among others, were also present. The governor also inspected the government printers at the Government House, Awka. From the Government House, Awka, Ejike Abana, ABS News. The 18.5-kilometer road project leads to one of the richest agricultural basins in the state, Onono, known as the biggest producers of ugu and other vegetables. Governor Obiano, who expressed happiness at the pace of work, asked the community to protect state government contractors and their equipment to ensure prompt delivery of the projects. He said that state government is encouraged to embark on the road project because on completion, the benefiting communities will avoid crossing the Niger River to sell their farm produce in Asaba.
With this road, this food will be sold in Anambra State, and it's going to go a long way in reducing the prices of goods in Anambra State.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofor, explained that the road is one of the most difficult roads in the state because of its difficult terrain, stressing that it is important and unique as on completion it will be the first tarred road for the people of Onono.
It's a difficult terrain, but hopefully the contractor is doing according to schedule, and I'm sure the community are giving him the maximum cooperation.
The contractor handling the project, Mr. Frederick Yusuf, said that they are executing the job as specified by the job contract, adding that they are about to finish piling for about 2 kilometers, promising to deliver the job on time.
And our hope and our goal now to don't close the road. We try our best to make the road motorable for the people during the rainy season.
The Commissioner for Youth Entrepreneurship and Creative Economy, Mr. Bonaventure Enamali, the Majority Leader in the State House of Assembly, Mr. Victor Okoye, as well as the Anglican Bishop of Mbamli Diocese, Right Reverend Henry Okeke, stressed that the Governor's visit is imperative to ascertain whether the value of work done is commensurate with the sum of money spent, expressing optimism that the project will be completed in record time. From Anam in Anambra West Council area, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Gliding away from government matters, but still on the events of Wednesday. The Nigerian Red Cross Society said setting up a federal ministry of national reconciliation will go a long way in addressing the challenges of peaceful coexistence and enthroned national rebirth. The state chairman of the society, Professor Peter Kachi, made this assertion in Oka while addressing the press in a special event to mark World Red Cross Society Day. David Okwasili was there and, of course, handed us the details.
Decrying the level of violence, threats and hardships being witnessed in some parts of the country, Professor Kachi said the ministry will help in finding alternative solutions to entrenching peace and automatically reduce the cost of investing in the acquisition of arms and security operations. He also advocated conscious national reorientation to provide alternative narrative to the values of the nation in order to entrench patriotism.
Red Cross does not have a security apparatus. Red Cross does not have arms. Ours is to look for a way or suggest or make an advocacy on how to ameliorate the situation.
At the event, the state chairman, alongside members of his executive and representatives of the Commissioners for Social Welfare, Children and Women Affairs, Mrs. Ndidimezue, and that of Youth Empowerment and Creative Economy, Mr. Bonaventure Nemali, flagged off a 3-day free medical outreach. Some of the beneficiaries shared their joy.
Dr. Abuchago, Mrs. Amkanje, Lemadi, and Yakwaka, Bele, Kavana, Ganiru, when they make off Mavana and Yaka.
I'm so happy that this is free. We didn't collect any fine.
The theme for this year's World Red Cross Day is Love for Humanity, and the day is marked to celebrate the contributions of the Red Cross Society to social development. In Oka, this is David Okwasile reporting for ABS News.
So now, welcome into Thursday. Thursday began with huge hope as the Anambra state government said her resolve to flush out criminals from the state had not waned. Governor Willie Obiano reiterated the resolve at the flag-off of Operation Poof Adder by the state's police command in Onitsha. Ekwi Ajide was there for the ABS.
Operation Puff Adder, which simply means the intensification of police operations in and around the state with the sole aim of smoking out and getting rid of miscreants, was initially flagged off by the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, in Kaduna in February this year. Addressing the assemblage made up of stakeholders in security and others, Governor Obiano, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solo Chukwulobelo, assured Anambra that there is increased vigilance, which has been yielding the desired result as criminals are being smoked out. He reminded that the Anambra law on kidnapping, which means pulling down of all houses used by kidnappers, still persists, and implored the police not to be cowed by anybody or group, as there are no sacred cows in the state. The governor promised that the Commissioner of Justice and Attorney General of the state will work with security agencies to ensure speedy prosecution of all apprehended criminal suspects.
Resources that is they need to ensure that we continue to be as safe as we can be in this state. The dividends of this security is evident for everyone to see. Before he came to office, Anambra State was almost like a 6-hour economy. People did not come out from their beds, even go to money mass or start trading until about 10 o'clock. And by the time it is 4 p.m., every person was scampering to go back home. But today, because His Excellency has ensured that security is his #1 priority, Anambra State today is a 24-hour economy in some parts of the state. Onitsha, Okpoko, Oka, and the rest of them. This is what it should be. I'm sure you will agree with me on that.
Earlier in his speech, the State Commissioner of Police, Mustafa Dandaura, said the flag-off is in compliance with the IGP's directive to replicate the project in their various commands. He said the choice of Okpoko as the point of launch is in the desire to make the city safe for residents and visitors so as to promote businesses which the city is known for.
It is significant that we have chosen to launch this operation in the commercial city of Onitsha, as the police command is resolute on its drive to make the city safe for residents, visitors, and above all, for business activities. We shall extend this operation to the nook and crannies of Anambra State, so that all Ndi Anambra can sleep comfortably and engage in their lawful activities in a secure atmosphere.
Others who spoke include the Chairman Vigilante Supervisory Committee, retired Commissioner of Police, Chief Ikechukwu Adoba, the State's Controller Prisons, Barrister Emmanuel Nwakeze on behalf of the sister agencies, the State Chairman, Police Community Relations Committee, Chief Ikechukwu Ezewankwo, the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, Mike Okoli, among others, counted Governor Obiano's commitment to crime fighting and synergy among security agencies in the state are some of the reasons for the success recorded so far.
It still remains, I would say, one of the safest in the country. There's no doubt about that. And I really want to congratulate the CP for what he has done within a short time. We all know the problems we've been having in the state. Within a twinkle of an eye, the invisible Lekanda and his group were silenced. I thank you for that job. Very noble. For everybody here too, we want to let you know that you have to assist the police force to assist you.
Ekwi Ajide, ABS News.
This week in review, still here on ABS TV. We'll be going on a break shortly, but when we return, we'll be talking a bit about how a lot of Nigerian parents went home really happy for their kids because their kids were able to convocate from Nnamdi Azikiwe University. But before I let you in on details of that wonderful story, let's go on this quick break and we'll be right back to the week in review.
A tropical ancient town located in southeast Nigeria in West Africa. A land known to be the ancestral homeland of all Igbos and home to the late Blessed Michael Iwenetansi of the Catholic faith, whom was beatified as blessed by Pope John Paul II and to be made a saint.
I want to give a categorical statement that Aguleri is the cradle of Igbo. And he knows very well that they are the younger brothers.
As a wala na boy neku na no bindi obundi aguko ndutaka. Iba bagdala zenkie menanya anyi. No mu na iba kwere abugo abuleze.
Hungry. Try to oppose the tradition of belief from time immemorial. By so doing, that gift of cleansing, gift of removing taboo, gift of organizing the Igbo race fell onto them.
Welcome back. And the academic world still on Thursday. The 13th convocation ceremony of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, was filled with a lot of jubilations as award of first degrees were conferred on successful graduates across the 14 faculties of the university. The event, witnessed by families and friends of graduates, took place on the institution's convocation arena. Education correspondent Theophilus Okoha had details of that.
Conferring the award on the graduates, the Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, His Majesty the Jacob Buba Gwangwam Jos, challenged the graduates to make the difference for good and in any endeavor and community they find themselves, having been equipped with knowledge, skills, and values from the university. He beckoned on them to put greater effort to contribute to the public good of the country.
I express our gratitude to the federal government and its relevant agencies, whose financial and other support have been invaluable in the remarkable successes recorded by the university over the years.
In his address, the Vice-Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka Professor Joseph Ahaneku, expressed delight for the 13th convocation, which he said is for the 2017 and 2018 academic year, that to witness the conferment of 6,500 first degrees, 182 postgraduate diplomas, 763 master degrees, and 269 PhD degrees. The Vice-Chancellor, who chronicled the achievements of the 4-year tenure, felicitate with the honorary degree awardees and the first and higher degree graduates, and thanks the federal government, TET Fund, and all stakeholders of the university who in various ways contributed to the success so far recorded.
I'm glad that throughout our administration, this disposition yielded positive results, with the university being largely peaceful and secure.
In his remarks, the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Alhaji Aziz Bello, congratulated the graduates and their parents, who he said have borne the financial brunt and other responsibilities attendant to university education of their children and wards, and later thanked the federal government for providing the wherewithal sustaining the growth and development of the university. Later, in a vote of thanks, the best graduating students, Abisi Adobe Rita of Department of Banking and Finance, Faculty of Management Studies, on behalf of other graduates, thanked the University Governing Council, staff and students of the university for allowing them meet their academic dreams.
I'm so excited and honored to be standing here today on behalf of the 2017-2018 graduating class as the best graduating students of the class.
Some parents, including the Managing Director, CEO, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Nze Uchenwora, were on hand to felicitate with the graduates. Eminent personalities, parents and guardians, friends and well-wishers from across the country witnessed the ceremony. Some of the graduates who are staff of Anambra Broadcasting Service includes Ms. Justify Obai, Chisum Udoba, Francis Obiora, Philip Kaine, Ebuka Ezeifeka, and Anthony Mubu. Speaking on that moment of glory, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Chief Uchenwora, congratulated the graduates, who he said are dedicated and hard-working staff of the establishment.
Started with them at ABS. You know, that's the opportunity of working in a media house. You can go to school and say, come and do your education. So I just had to come out here today to support them. I'm very proud of them. And also to hope and wish, you know, that the future, you know, becomes brighter for them. Ours now is to mentor them and support them any which way we can. And that's what we try to do at the Anambra Broadcasting Service. You know, we look at, you know, you can see the brand ABS is changing, bringing in a lot of young people, like the guys we came to support today. So we just, you know, the right attitude, professionalism, hard work, dedication, I think they will go places, yes.
Some of the graduates expressed joy for the opportunity given to them by the management of ABS to improve on their academic potentials.
I want to thank the ABS family for this rare privilege and for the opportunity to actually learn how to work for the society and how to use my skills to be, I would like to put it, to use my skills judiciously to serving the society and the government at large. And I want to thank my MD and my parents for their support. And I want to say thank you very much for all the support you have granted me, and God bless you.
I would love to thank God for all they have done for me. My mom, my auntie, especially my auntie, because she sponsored me through school. So I'm asking God to continue to be providing for her and our family. ABS. They have been so great. The family is so great. I love them all. They are great.
4 years has not been easy. There's been ups, there's been down. But we thank God we succeeded, we pulled through.
It's all God's doing. I want to appreciate my parents, my family, and in general, God in particular, for making all these things possible. Yes, from my IT, from my 300 level till now, have been my second family. They have been there to support me all the way till now. So I want to appreciate all the management and staffs in Anambra Broadcasting Service for all the support, and especially my digital MD, Nze Uchenwara, for all his care, his support, and his tutelage so far.
ABS. You're still on the Week in Review. Away from the state stories and into the national foray. On Thursday also, reports emerged that President Muhammadu Buhari had nominated Godwin Emefiele for a second term as the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Emefiele was first appointed in 2014 by the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, was retained by Buhari when he came into office in 2015. The letter for his tenure elongation was sent to the Senate on Wednesday. By the CBN Act, the Senate must confirm the nomination before it can take effect.
And speaking specifically about the aspect of his vision that affects what we do at Central Bank of Nigeria, it's about the economy. And he set his vision about what he expects of the economy. Unfortunately, he came in at a time when the economy had begun a nosedive, and we were very certain that we were going to work very, very closely to see to it that whatever needed to be done to turn the economy around, that we will do so. And indeed, since that time, the relationship has been very, very cordial. Of course, other than being a leader, he is a father of the nation, an incorruptible leader. And to that extent, he's been able to set vision that we all have been able to key into, not just the monetary authority, but also the fiscal authorities, towards seeing to the fact that we easily come out of the recession that we were. I will use the word we were, because at this time we have actually, I would say substantially, we are out of the recession, and all we can expect at this time is a positive upward trajectory in terms of the growth of the economy.
And finally, let's jet out to the foreign scene. Still happened on Thursday. And it was quite an oddity on the foreign on Thursday when the Reserve Bank of Australia spelled responsibility as responsibility, that's missing the I, on millions of the new yellow notes. The RBA confirmed the typo on Thursday and said the error will be fixed in future runs. But for now, around 46 million of the new notes are in use in the country. The bills were released late last year and feature Edith Cohen, the first female member of the Australian Parliament. The program is still a week in review, and remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television, or subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online, or follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. I've been so glad having you, having run down with you through the week. It's still the Week in Review, and my name is Kamsi Ejiofor. Let's make it a date next Saturday, same time, same station, ABS. Bye for now.